Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I remember that someone that I know that had type 1 diabetes didn't have insurance and had to get their supplies like from Canada, and it was just
Hmm.
this big ordeal. And just you
Yeah.
sort of you have to do whatever you have to do to stay
Yeah,
alive, like you
exactly.
were saying, and
Yeah.
there's no option,
Down here,
so you just have to.
yeah, down here in Texas, we can go across the border to Mexico and get cheap generic insulin, but it doesn't work the
Okay.
same. It's not
Mm.
approved. So yeah, there's ways to do it, but
Mhm.
it's a bit of a flawed system.
Mhm. And then I was wondering if you're okay. I would love to ask you, and again, this does cover type 1 diabetes, but I think it also just addresses like how does anyone maximize their life and live to the best of their ability. How are you open to sharing like more details about like how you live your life on a day-to-day basis?
Sure.
Like
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
instance, I'm curious, yeah, because I'm just in case it helps anyone, like how do you, like, so I have a question regarding specifically, I mean that question in general, but also let's say, do you ever worry about like your blood sugar crashing too low? Like, are you ever in a
Hmm.
situation where do you always have to have someone around you, or do you ever worry about stuff like that, or do you just plan ahead?
Absolutely.
Or yeah, I was curious about that.
Planning ahead is the big part. I think you hit the nail on the head there,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that's my answer to everything. Is it's always about planning. With type 1 diabetes,
Mhm.
we can go anywhere, we can do anything, but we just have to plan ahead. You
Mhm.
kind of once you're diagnosed, once your pancreas stops producing insulin, you basically throw most of your spontaneity out the window. You've got to have
Mhm.
everything in line. My big deal is I have to know where my next meal is going to come from. I never go anywhere without
Mhm.
knowing that I have something to eat because I've learned that lesson the hard
Mhm.
way. When I don't get food, I'm a nightmare to myself and everybody around me. But I would say that everybody with diabetes has that nagging in the back of their head that yes, something could go wrong. But I urge
Mhm.
people to overcome that